Good morning. The Spirit of God just dropped something in my heart, and I think it's essential I share with you. This is my Hong Kong ID. Can you see my Hong Kong ID? That's my face on it. This is my Nigerian passport, my international passport. Look at this. That's it. Can you see that it has my face on it? So what do I pick from here? The Bible says that Christ is the head of the church. Christ is the head of the church. We, the church, are his body. So it means that in the identity card in the spiritual realm, we have our head showing. On my ID card in the spiritual realm, just like this, what we have is Christ, because Christ is my head. This doesn't show my body, doesn't show my muzzle, doesn't show my hands, only shows my head. The same way, everywhere I want to go access in Hong Kong, this card grants me access. If I need to travel, I need to fly at the airport, this is the card that grants me access. This is the card that grants me access. And this card only carries my head. Who is my head in the spirit? My head is Christ. Who is your head as a believer? Christ is your head. At the access points of life, why do you keep tendering your strengths? Why do you keep tendering your weaknesses? Why do you keep tendering your abilities? Why don't you tender that which Christ has done? Why don't you please tender the sacrifice of Christ on the cross of Calvary? When I say you tender your strength, it means anything that is from your personal works. Oh, my offering. Oh, my tithes. Oh, my fasting. Oh, my prayers. Oh, I'm going to give God 21 days prayers. In as much as prayer is good, in as much as fasting is good, in as much as offering is good, do not tie your access in life to that. Your access in life is based solely on what Christ has done at his cross at Calvary. That's why he cried out, "It is finished." Trust in the finished work of Christ. If you pray receiving from the finished work of Christ. So at every access point in life, tender your ID card. Your ID card only carries your head, not your body. Do not tender your strength. Tender Christ. Do not tender your abilities. Tender Christ. Don't tender your beauty. Tender Christ. Don't tender your big body. Tender Christ. Don't tender your fat bank account. Tender Christ. Don't tender your good wife. Tender Christ. Don't tender your good husband. Tender Christ. Don't tender your pastor. Tender Christ. Do not tender your love. Tender his love for you. When you tender Christ at every access point in life, you will never be denied access. The spiritual card carrying the head of Christ would always be access granted. Declare over yourself, everywhere I go in life, I tender Christ and is access granted. In my finances, access granted. In my career, access granted. In my family, access granted. In my ministry, access granted. Everywhere I go, I do not get denied because Christ has died for me. Glory to Jesus.